Good evening, Professor. Today I'm going to be talking about the Kodak, a case study in marketing challenges. So first, we're going to moving on to the table of content for today. We got company's introduction, then we got the Kodak's mission and goal, main products and target market, the SWOT analysis, and the pest analysis. And this subject are all included in the midterm presentation, but we're just going to be reviewing these subjects. And then the subject for the final presentation will be more focusing on the marketing challenges overview, solution and analysis, feature recommendation, and conclusion. So first with the company introduction. So it was founded in 1988 by George Eastman, and it was once a photography giant. And they are most famous for making cameras and film that made photography accessible to the public. Their slogan are you press the button and we do the rest. And it captured their user-friendly approach, which made it one of the Kodak's trademark. But even though they were a big name in the past, today they were no longer a leader. So, and yes, and then the mission and goals of the Kodak is to make photography simple and accessible for everyone. Their short-term goal was to sell affordable film and cameras and that everyone could use. Long-termly, they would wanted to grow globally and dominate the photography industry. However, as technology evolved, Kodak struggled to adjust their goals. They held on too tightly to film because it was their most profitable product at the time, which eventually slowed their ability to innovate. And then these are some of the main products and of Kodak. We we got the film rolls, point and shoot camera, photo printers, and then digital camera. And their target market usually are people that is in the more middle income family, which it which is suitable to their target, which is making accessible and affordable cameras to the people. And also they provide high quality technology that also professional photographers can use. And then the SWOT analysis. We got the strength. Kodak has a strong global brand with a long history of innovation in photography and a loyal customer base. But also has some weaknesses. They were too dependent on film products and had slow reaction to the digital revolution. Internal resistance to change is also caused delay. And the opportunities are they could have led the digital photography space or develop new services like photo sharing apps and cloud storage, but they also get threatened with rapid technology changes and new competitors offering digital solutions threaten Kodak's market share. And then with the pest analysis, we can get that from the political point of view, as digital sharing grew, new copyright and privacy laws emerged, which affected photo sharing platforms and data storage. And then in the economic point of view, events like the 2008 financial crisis made people cut back on luxury items like cameras, which hurt Kodak's sales. And from the social point of view, consumers shifted to quick digital solutions. Smartphones and social media changed how people take and share photos. And from the technology point of view, this was the biggest disruptor. Digital cameras, smartphones, and cloud storage start emerging. Like that, also even the app like Instagram, they changed everything. Kodak couldn't keep up the pace with the speed of tech innovation. And then moving on to the marketing challenges. So in here we applied some concept or the marketing theory. First, we got the disruptive innovation theory. Well, the problem being that Kodak invented digital photography but failed to act on it, fearing it would cannibalize its profitable film business. It resisted disruption instead of leading into it, which we which we provide a solution that digital integration and product innovation, meaning that Kodak needs to embrace the disruption by creating digital first experience that built a sustainable business model around new technology. This means transitioning from film and physical products to digital platforms that offer convenience, immediacy, interactivity, which consumers now expect. Uh, there are some also implementation ideas that I can say they can create like some type of subscription services. They could provide users with editing presets, cloud storage, or premium printing option, exclusive Codex style filters to create recurring revenue. And I think this solution can lets Kodak lead the disruption instead of being disrupted. It creates a new business model rather than clinging to the old one, embracing the very digital change it once resisted. Also, and this is what Kodak did. They you they did a digital camera development, but it was too late. Yes, they do invented the first digital camera in 1975, but chose not to commercialize it. It eventually released digital cameras in the late 1990s and 2000s, but by then Canon, Sony, and Nikon had taken the lead. And also the post-bankruptcy pivot to B2B and imaging science. After the 2012 bankruptcy, Kodak shifted its focus from consumer photography to commercial printing, packaging, and industrial imaging. It repositioned as a technology company offering printing solutions, film for the motion picture industry, and even material science applications. So, in summary, Kodak finally embraced the disruption, but they are too late in consumer market. Most of its post-digital innovation happened in the B2B sectors, not in the consuming-facing photography. And then the two problems that they faced are the digital integrated marketing communication. So the problem being that Kodak failed to create a unified digital presence across channels, mobile or web, social media. It's weakening its engagement with digitally native consumers. And we provide a solution which is implementing omni-channel and or influencer-driven digital campaigns. Kodak must move from siloed and outdated marketing efforts to seamlessly integrate campaigns that tell a cohesive brand story across digital touchpoints. This includes influencer partnerships, real-time social management, and platform-specific storytelling. And I think this approach creates a consistent brand voice while meeting consumers on platform where they already spend their time. It also builds emotional resonance and community essential for a brand revival. And what they did to tackle this problem is that they do have a social media and online presence. Kodak has revived the social presence and now actively shares photography content and branded campaigns on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. They also launched an app. It's called Kodak Moments, a mobile app that allows the user to print photos, create photo books, and order prints from their phone. This app also includes AI-powered story creation tools to help users relieve memories easily. So, in summary, Kodak has taken steps towards integrated digital communication, but the scale and adoption of the platforms remain limited compared to the tech native competitors. And then the third problem that they met is the brand repositioning. The problem being that the Kodak's brand is perceived as outdated. It failed to evolve its identity for younger generation, losing culture, relevance, and appeal. So the solution is being to rebrand for the digital generation. Kodak must modernize its visual identity, tone of voice, and product design to appeal to Gen Z and millennials who value authenticity, creativity, nostalgia with a modern twist. And repositioning builds brands' relevance without discarding heritage. A modern Kodak can still honor its legacy while embracing current values like creativity, individuality, and self-expression. And what they did to tackle this problem is that they do some visual rebranding. In 2016, Kodak brought back its iconic red and yellow logo in the retro modern design, appealing to nostalgia while modernizing the look. They also embracing analog nostalgia. Kodak leaned into film photography revival trend, relaunching analog products like ec- Ektachrome film and collaborating with photography communities that appreciate vintage aesthetics. So, in summary, Kodak is trying to rebrand itself as a heritage meets hipster brand, especially among creative millennials and Gen Z film enthusiasts, but it hasn't fully succeeded in positioning itself as a digital lifestyle brand. And then the fourth problem is that co-branding and strategic alliance. The Kodak operated in isolation while its competitors formed partnerships that integrated their technology into smartphones and digital platforms. And the solution being form strategic partnerships with tech platforms and brand. Kodak should leverage its brand equity by forming partnerships with smartphone manufacturers and digital platforms to embed its technology where consumers already engage with photography. And I think this allows Kodak to extend brand presence into environments where consumers already create and share visual content. It also revives Kodak's brand authority in color and visual quality without needing it to build the entire ecosystem from scratch. And then what they did is that they actually launched a smartphone by itself called Kodak Extra Smartphone. Kodak released a smartphone this aimed at photography enthusiasts. It featured a DSLR type camera and retro design. However, it was critically panned and commercially failed due to poor specs and outdated software, licensing Kodak brand to other companies. They also licensed its brand name to third-party products for like Kodak's TV, Kodak's tablet and smartphones, Kodak Coin, and summary, Kodak explored partnership, but often with poor execution and confusing brand dilution. Instead of deep tech collaboration, it went from brand licensing deals that didn't add much long-term value. So, and these are the some future recommendations that I have personally for the Kodak. First, they have to stop treating marketing as a support function. They should make it strategic. Why it's relevant? Because this directly addresses the role of marketing in shaping business strategy, not just supporting sales or promotions. Modern marketing is about the value creation, customer experience, and brand-led innovation. This ties in perfectly with what marketing students study, with such as STP or the segmentation, targeting, and positioning, branding, and consumer insights. And two, they should refocus on core purposes, not just core products. This aligns with the marketing concept. The customer orientation is bigger than product orientation. Kodak failed because it defined itself by its product, which is film, not its value to customers, which is capturing memories. A marketing class would highlight how strong brands evolve with changing customer needs, not fixed product lines. And then third one being prioritize business model adaptability over product preservation. Well, marketing is no longer just about promotion, it's about how shaping how a company delivers and captures value. Kodak didn't adapt its business model. For example, they failed to move to digital services or subscription. So this ties the discussion with the Ansoff metrics or the new product development and the service dominant logic. So, in conclusion, Kodak's decline uncovers a critical truth in business. Innovating first means nothing without execution. The company's failure wasn't due to a lack of technology, but rather a lack of strategic agility and a failure to embrace new forms of marketing communication. In the context of digital integrated marketing communication, Kodak is a case of what not to do. It failed to use integrated tools such as apps, content platforms, data analytics to adapt its storytelling and brand voice. It resisted disruption rather than using it to lead a new market era. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.